Hello and welcome to Gaia GPS. This is where we come and pull cards for the astro transits in the week ahead. I am Mimi and I'm here with Maya Kana.
Hello.
And we are going to kick off this week's transits with the moon shifting into Sagittarius. So the moon is moving into Sagittarius tonight. It's Sunday night, right around 9 p.m. And the message that I get for this really reminds me of the message of the horoscope that I just did. I'm actually going to start with this card. Cancel, clear, delete. And it says, use only positive words and thoughts as they rapidly manifest into form. Ask the angels to cancel the effects of past negative thinking. And that's what I was saying with the horoscope for tomorrow, Monday's horoscope, is that we have a bunch of squares coming up. We have the moon squaring, the moon in Sagittarius squaring a lot of things, and we have Mercury, which rules our thoughts, Mercury squaring Saturn. And so squares can bring up resistance. They can bring up, some conflicting energies. But that's what I'm kind of thinking, that there may be some conflicting thoughts. There may actually be some old limiting thoughts, old thoughts that you're continuing to focus on, you're continuing to ruminate through, you're just continuing on with these thoughts that aren't any longer in alignment with who you are. I have the Thunderbolt card in reverse. So it's like these old things that fell apart, these old things that need to leave, you're still focusing on these old things. And yet, it is time for new vision. It's time to see that you can move past all these old things. Cancel, clear, delete. In my horoscope, I said, it may be time to get a bigger perspective for this. And that basically is this new vision card. In fact, this new vision card is the card of the Hanged Man. And that's one of the lessons. That's actually more so than like the lesson of waiting that comes with the Hanged Man. What they say in the Hanged Man, like the really positive version, is he's hanging upside down to get a new perspective on what's going on. And look, there we have the Thunderbolt upside down. Stand on your head, if you know how. If you are a yogi, stand on your head and get a new perspective on this thing that you're still ruminating on, that you're still holding on to. Cancel, clear, delete what you thought it was, and rather find a way to expand your vision, expand your understanding about what's going on. I have the Silence card, but in traditional tarot, this is the card of the Star, which is the card of success, a bright future. And so it's like, here, tune into your third eye, tune into these wonderful, beautiful things, and let that be part of this new vision, rather than these old things. Things do need to fall apart. It's okay. Bless it and send it on its way, but create a new vision. Cancel, clear, delete that old stuff. And then to finish up, I'm using the Animal Spirit deck, I have Elk, which is stable, resilient, headstrong energy with Elk. It says when it's in balance, it's supportive, kind, consistent, out of balance, pretentious, high and mighty. But what I get from this essence of Elk, being stable, resilient, it's like the essence of your foundation. Like think of an elk standing strong on those four legs, the essence of your truth, being impeccable with your truth. But while we're out here ruminating on all these other old things, you've left your elk balancing on two legs. Let's put the elk legs down. Let's get stable in that. Let's be consistent in that energy as we move through this moon in Sagittarius. Moon in Sagittarius is possibilities. Now, possibilities can go anywhere. So it's really going to be up to you. Are you going to run into the lush green forest with your elk, or are you going to run into the desert? I'd personally rather rush into the lush green forest, but sometimes we need to take a little detour through the desert if we need a little information. I was just talking about that before, but be true to yourself. Keep listening to yourself. Keep listening to those higher ideals. Keep tuning into what it is you want, and let that help guide you through the squares with this moon in Sagittarius. Maya?
Yeah, so the moon in Sagittarius energy going on now until Wednesday. And in many ways, it feels like a continuation of this sort of fresh new energy that we welcomed in last week with the new moon on Wednesday and then the fall equinox on Friday. There's a momentum behind this energy. There's a feeling of being invited to have a new vision, to have a new way of thinking and being in the world. The first card that I have today to represent the overall big picture of this energy with the moon into Sagittarius is the trust card again, which is asking us to trust where our intuition is leading us. Sagittarius is very intuitive and very psychic sign in the position of the moon, which is our inner world. So we really are being invited to tune into where our intuition is telling us to sort of take a leap of faith. The moon in Sagittarius can bring that desire to have some new adventures and to make changes to get more in alignment with our inner truth. And this card says, trust that. You know, if your intuition is saying like, you know what, it's time to take a leap into faith, into a relationship or into work or into a new way of thinking that is more in alignment with my personal truth, I think this is a great time to do that. Now, I also got some other cards that indicate that this is kind of a portal of manifestation for us as well. I have the Poised card from the Wisdom of the Oracle. And I have the Very Soon card from the Magical Unicorns. And these two cards share the same message, which is basically that what we have been desiring, or these changes that we have sort of been manifesting, or that we've been praying for, or that we've been wishing for, that they're being ushered in through this energy. This Poised card says, look at that. First of all, like, look at the arms open to the heavens. But the Poised card is like, you have really been through the ringer. Like, you have really been through the challenges, but you have learned the lessons. You have gathered the wisdom, and now you are poised for what's coming next. So it really feels like this is kind of a new frontier for a lot of us. I think what comes in this week, like Mimi was saying, with some of these squares and oppositions that we have, this could bring in like some new bursts of information coming later in the week, or sudden changes or things like this. This card is reminding us we are ready. Like, know your worth, know your wisdom, and have confidence in your intuition, and know that you are poised for the changes that are coming in this week, that are going to be coming in very soon. Now, interestingly, I also got two other cards from the Osho Zen Tarot deck, both of which were the Suit of Clouds, which has to do with the mind. And I have the Fighting card and the Burden card. And this is right in alignment with what Mimi was talking about in terms of uplifting our thoughts. You know, I think that that sort of the scattered mind or mental conflict, that could be like a shadow side of this energy. This Burden card in many ways is about carrying around the burden of carrying around beliefs and morals and ideals that belong to people besides ourselves, and how when we're carrying around all these beliefs about who we should be or who we are that other people told us of, then we don't really have this sort of freedom of movement that we need in order to be ourself. So this card is saying to go to our mind. Sagittarius is about the highest truth. Sagittarius is about the highest wisdom that is available to us. This can be a time to really look within and see what wisdom are we holding on to that isn't the highest wisdom. This could be a great time to move beyond like rumors, move beyond gossip, move beyond the news. That's my thing, of course, always, but like move beyond that dialogue. Release that burden of all that information that doesn't resonate as truth, and return home to yourself and to your personal truth. This Fighting card, this is bringing up in some of us the areas where we're fighting against our own pain, or we're taking our pain, our frustration, our anger out on other people, or wanting to fight that out, things like that. This card is basically an invitation to surrender. It's saying like what you really want isn't to be right. You don't really want to fight for what is right. What you really want is love. What you really want is acceptance. And this card says, like, let go of the fight. Just let go of the fight and ask for what it is that you really want and really need, which is probably, you know, love and acceptance and a sense of belonging. So it invites us to think about what are we fighting against that we're ready to let go of, and to really to give up the fight and come back home to our heart. So yeah, I do think that the moon in Sagittarius, I always think of this as the week ahead and the flow of the week. I do think this is a good way to start the week, as long as we go into it consciously with that desire to be in our truth as we start the week, and to seek the new horizons. I think that it can be a really, really great way for us to walk into the beginning of the week.
I love that. Yes, as a Sagittarius, yes, let's go in with that kind of attitude. All right, so our next transit is the moon moving into Capricorn. The moon will shift into Capricorn on Wednesday around 9 a.m. I wrote that down. 9:24 a.m. I was like, is it 9 a.m.? I have to make sure. Yes, 9:24 a.m. Now, this moon in Capricorn, we are going to have several oppositions going on. Now, oppositions aren't necessarily like what the word is. Oppositions can be oppositions. They can be opposing forces. It can be a tug of war. Oppositions can also be like a balancing harmony. Unfortunately, a lot of times we're out of balance and there is kind of a tug of war energy. However, I'm starting with this card, Singing and Dancing from Angel Therapy. And this card reminds me of one of my favorite, I don't know, pictures out there. It's posted on, somebody painted it on a sign, and it says, "Until further notice, celebrate everything." I think we can flow from that moon in Sagittarius energy into moon in Capricorn with that as our purpose, objective, to celebrate everything, to be happy on purpose, to be present on purpose. Now, to go along with this, I have Tarantula from the Animal Spirit Guidebook. And what it says is, at a crossroads, claiming life's purpose. Capricorn energy is purpose energy, getting into that purpose, our highest purpose, our dharma, our reason for being here. And I'm going to read this. The tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose, being happy, or dharma. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream. Yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your intention. In order to find your true happiness, you must choose your dharma. You must choose your soul. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers, patient and calm like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows that you will choose wisely. When in balance, tarantula follows its intuition. Out of balance, hesitates and over-intellectualizes. To bring it into balance, some daily journaling. And as we do still have some really strong mental energy, as we actually will be finishing up Mercury's transit in Virgo during this moon in Capricorn energy. As it finishes up in Virgo, that's going to be lots of thinking going on. We're also finishing up Pluto's retrograde. So this may be a really good time to mind dump so that you can keep getting into your happiness, into your dharma, into that energy. I also think of, there's a post out there that says John Lennon, had an assignment from his teacher, and she was like, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he's like, I want to be happy. And she's like, you didn't understand the assignment. He's like, you don't understand life. Happiness. When you are in your happiness, oh, this is a Maya thing. When you are in your joy, you are in your soul. But we put our happiness to the side. And as we do that, we put our purpose to the side. We put our mission to the side. Moon in Capricorn. Capricorn energy wants us all to be here in purpose, on purpose. And part of that is the happiness. So do what you need to do at this crossroads to get yourself into that happiness. And that's basically what I have in the Osho cards. Here we have the crossroads. What I see in this participation card, what I always say with this participation card, is this is the body, mind, spirit, soul coming together. Some part of you you're not listening to. And if you're not listening to a part of yourself, you're not going to be in balanced happiness. You're going to be in the schizophrenia energy, pulled this way and that way. You'll be in those oppositions where you're not able to find the balance, where you're not working together with these opposing forces that really are friendly polar forces that are supporting each other, that are bringing balance. So if you're feeling the schizophrenia, one side then the other, that's a sign, yep, too much in your head. Release that and make a conscious effort to get into your heart. This is the courage card, which is into your heart, into that strength, but also into a place where you're balancing body, mind, spirit, soul. What does your body need? Does it need a drink of water? Maybe you're just dehydrated and that's affecting your thinking. Or maybe you need to connect with nature for your spirit or for your soul. Or maybe you need a nap. Maybe you're overworked and your brain is not happy because you're overworking yourself at this point, and it just needs a moment of breath. There's so many different things that you can do. One of the other strong essences of Capricorn is the essence of showing up. How will you show up for yourself on purpose so that you can align with your purpose? Something you can ask yourself through this Capricorn moon energy. Maya?
Okay, so I have some opening messages that are similar to what Mimi opened with, which is this idea of keeping our energy elevated during this time. And I know we talk about this a lot, but it's especially important when we're at these very important intersections where there's a lot moving and changing to choose to see it in the highest possible light. And there is indeed a lot that is moving and shifting between Wednesday and Thursday. So the first cards that I have today, the first one is the Wish Upon a Star card, okay? From Magical Unicorns, and it was paired with this card, Happy Thoughts, okay? Now, this to me is saying, you know, Capricorn is the energy that has the power to make our dreams real, to bring our dreams down to earth, and with a little bit of work and a little bit of planning to make them reality. And so these two cards are saying, like, focus on your highest expectation for your life. Like, put that wish out there to the universe, and it may very well be answered, maybe not in the way you're expecting, but it might be in the way that you're expecting. You know, this says make a wish and expect the very best. What is your wish for your life? Where do you want to be empowered in your life? I think these are important questions to think about. This Happier Thoughts card, it really does like give really positive guidance. It's like when we're in maybe a difficult corner, or we're feeling pulled between two different things. First of all, you want to focus on the one that makes you feel better. Like, if you are feeling that pull, you want to align with whatever makes you feel happier. But this card reminds us that when we are in these intersections, it's important to remember our dreams. My sense of this energy is that it's going to bring in change for a lot of people. And so we want to be focused on our dreams so we know which direction is best. Like, this could be a time where we're having to make decisions. So elevate your thoughts, focus on remembering times where you felt empowered, remembering times where you were happy. That's the mental space that you want to enter into in this moon into Capricorn. So some other cards that I got that are pretty interesting. I got the Change card here from the Osho Zen Tarot, and I got Time to Go here. So now, not to say that everybody is going to be leaving at this time, but depending on what's in your chart, and where you kind of have Pluto and where you have Capricorn energy, it may be time for some people to get out of a situation that's no longer serving them. That is part of this responsibility energy, this Capricorn responsibility energy. And Moon to Capricorn can be about planning ahead, you know? So if there's a part of your life that always makes you feel bad, you know, this Moon into Capricorn energy says, okay, now's the time to face reality. Like, now's the time to face reality and to heal our life. So for some people, you may be feeling called in the middle of the week to get out of a situation that's been limiting you. It may be time to go. Now, this Change card here, this is the one that Mimi normally pulls, the Change card all the time. I remember pulling this card during the first August eclipse, and I remember it falling on the deck in a really profound way. So to me, okay, so this could be saying, like, some of those changes may be coming down now from the eclipse time. Like, some of the energetic shifts that we felt, they may be coming down into reality. Because Capricorn is really about, like, this planet and here, like, here and now in the real world. Okay, now this Change card says, don't cling on to the edge of the wheel. Like, see, the wheel of change is spinning, 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 because you'll get thrown off. This says, like, stay centered, stay in your center during these times of change. And change is always good. It's always a sign that we're graduating into a new phase of our journey. I did get the Patience card here. To me, this says, although, because there's an aspect with Uranus here that could bring in, like, sudden change and this feeling of, like, oh my gosh, I need to make a sudden decision. Ask yourself, like, do you really need to make a sudden decision? Like, do you really need to? Because if you don't, like, it can be a time to, like, kind of let things settle and be patient and see, kind of give yourself time to think through things a little bit, or to ground in and to sort of plan a little bit. And the final card that I have is from the Wisdom of the Oracle. This is the Exchanging Gifts card. And I'm going to read the message of this card. This does suggest that we're getting gifts from the universe through this energy. It says, you're entering into a productive and enriching time when all manners of opportunities are being offered to you. You have everything that you need to seize them. Yet in order to honor these opportunities, you must put in the time, exchange your experience and skills, and commit heart and soul to what you are choosing to pursue. You can do it. You have what it takes to be successful if you align with the law of giving and receiving. You must engage in a dance of give and take, push and pull, doing and being. If you let fear guide your choices, you will deplete yourself or create an imbalance. This is not a time to just do. Use your currency wisely and be mindful of the values that others bring into your life. So to me, this is that balance. It's like, on the one sense, we're that focus on our dreams and holding that space for our dreams, and for some of us being presented with opportunities that might be in alignment with our dreams, or getting into alignment with our dreams. But on the other sense, like balancing that with the real grounded sense of like, okay, here's the work that I'm going to need to put in to make this happen, and here's how I'm going to manage my energetic resources wisely, and not overdo it, but to have that balance between the sort of spirit and the physical world. And to me, like, that's what this is about. There's the Mercury opposite Chiron, and to me this is like, we can heal when we face the reality that's there for us. So I think this is going to be a very interesting time. I think it's going to be a very interesting time on Wednesday and into Thursday. And I guess my guidance for people is just stay, like, no matter what comes in for you, stay in touch with what your dreams are and what the desires of your heart are, and try to stay grounded and centered through this time of change.
Did you just hear Mahalo agreeing with you? He just gave like, yes. Come Mahalo, come support. He liked that. All right. I really like that patience card because I'm kind of feeling that with our next aspect. We have Pluto going direct. So Pluto has been retrograde in Capricorn since April 20th. It is going direct around 12:30 on Thursday, 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. I don't think it's going to be a big bang. I don't think that you're going to be like, whoa, Pluto just went direct. Although, with some of these aspects that are going on, you may blame Pluto. But my cards I have was like, that's not Pluto. I actually have really soft cards, which is interesting because Pluto has a reputation. Sometimes when I talk about Pluto energy, I will talk about the Plutonic colonic, because Pluto is the energy, the agent of change in the manner of transformation. And a lot of times in transformation, we have to phoenix ourselves. And so there is the colonic aspect of things that goes on. But I don't feel that with this Pluto direct energy. And the cards, I have the first card that I want to say is Deer card, which is loving, intuitive, graceful, the mother. So what I'm feeling, it's not like Pluto won't come do its Pluto work, but right now, as it, transitions, makes the shift, which will be through like almost the end of October before it moves to 17 degrees, before it shifts off 16 degrees where it's gone, where it's stationing at and going direct at. I think this is going to be a soft time, and I got a lot of intuition cards. I have the Deer, which is soft, intuitive, and the third eye chakra. And so what I want to say with these cards is look over, review what has gone on in your life since April 20th, and then be the mother to yourself. Listen to your higher guidance, your higher self. I had a talk with higher self Mimi today on my car ride. Lots happen on my car rides, and I was talking to higher self Mimi. I'm like, I know you have something planned, right? But talk, discuss, look at what's gone on from them, and see. Pluto energy to me, transformation into empowerment. How have these things happened to empower you? A very affirming, uplifting mother energy as Pluto goes direct, to review these energies and see how they are propelling you forward. These lessons are not complete. I have the completion card in reverse. And so my feeling is there's going to be understanding, but you do, again, this higher perspective energy. You have to look at it with your third eye. You have to look at it with a different lens. The lens of a mother, the lens of the compassionate, the lens of softness in and through these energies. And this will enable you to see how and where this has been empowering for you and how and where you can use this energy. Pluto moves very slowly, so this is going to take time. I have the laziness card in reverse, so it's like, this is not over. But again, this is a water card. And this is a card, actually, speaking of some of Maya's things, this is a card of, this is like in traditional tarot, dreams come true, wishes come true card. But it's like, you're just not there yet. It hasn't happened yet because there are some lessons for you to go through and understand from this higher place. So go forth and go forth. Look at these lessons. Again, since April 20th, what has gone on in your life? Where have these transitions come in your life? Where has transformation come in your life? And where can you still phoenix yourself from that? That to me is like the highest essence of Pluto, is phoenix into transformation. So there may be some places where, again, like we talked about with the moon in Sagittarius, where you're still holding to this terrible thing happened. And the universe is like, but if you see it from this perspective, if you see it from the Hanged Man perspective, you're like, whoa, blessing. So use that energy and nurture yourself through those harder times, through those transition points, to use this Pluto directness wisely and wonderfully from you. The final card that I have is the friendliness card, which is a card of love. It is a card of beginning love. It is a card of balanced love. And so again, like really beautiful, soft cards. Pluto is loving on us, but we got to offer ourselves some of this goodness, some of this love in some of those areas where we're still like, I haven't gotten quite the lesson yet, and we're still holding on to the shadow side. Remember, Pluto brings the lightest light and the darkest dark. Plutonic colonic, we all need to poop. It's a good thing to poop, but yet we in the world, we don't really talk about it because we're like, oh no, we don't talk about poop. But it's such a good thing. Like, if you don't poop, that's not good. So Pluto's just like that.
Yeah, that's true. Like, oh, you will die.
All right, so I'm 5 years old, but you know, that's all true. So let's look at Pluto this way, and let's look at it from this mother perspective, and see how we can shift some of our thoughts around some of these things and come into this balance with this friendly universe and with this friendly Pluto. Maya?
So after reviewing those cards on Pluto Direct, it's really making me look forward to Thursday. I think it's going to be very nice. I had asked Mimi this past week about kind of like, will I have a transit of Pluto on my Saturn during my Saturn return? Because I had experienced that a couple of years ago, and did it ever shake up my life? Oh my gosh. And Mimi was like, no, like Pluto moves like 1/100th of a degree, like, you know, at a time. Like, that's never going to happen again in your life. And so I'm thinking of this Pluto Direct as like, have you guys ever seen like a really, really, really old person try to get up from their easy chair? Like, you know, like they've been sitting there all day and then it's like slow motion. I think that that's kind of what Pluto Direct is going to feel like. It's not as like zippy as like Mercury Direct or something where you feel it all of a sudden. I think it's going to be like that. Like, okay, like, okay, back into business. So anyway, though, I do feel like since April 20th or so, it's been intense times, right? So we've all been having inner transformation. Like Pluto's been working within us to show us some hidden parts of ourselves. Like I know a lot of people who have had past life memories emerge during this time and things like that. Like Pluto's revealing things within us. And so what Pluto Direct does mean is that some of those things are going to start to be integrated outside of ourselves now. Like we're going to, like, I feel we can implement those things. We can bring them to the light of day, those insights that we had arise within us. So the cards that I have, though, they're also very, very light. I do have from the Magical Unicorns, I do have Listen to Your True Feelings, though. And I do think this is actually a really essential message for Thursday, is Pluto wants truth. Pluto wants honesty. Okay, so now is the time for us to be honest with ourselves and honest with others, though, because Pluto can bring forth hidden information. And if you're really in touch with yourself, then you may already know your hidden information, but you might be called to be a messenger to someone else. So be honest with yourself and be honest with others as well. This definitely calls for that type of energy. From the Osho Zen Tarot, I have the traveling card, which I think is true to this Pluto journey. It's like, okay, listen, like, it's about the journey, not about the destination. But this card does say, like, this journey that we're on, it's a beautiful journey and everything is going to work out just fine. And there's no need to worry about it, right? But to enjoy the journey that we're on, not just focusing on the destination. I was kind of looking at the card to see where the person was because I'm just kind of curious. And they're pretty much only like 1/8 of the way. So I'm just saying. So, you know, you got a little bit of time to go, but like enjoy the journey that you're on. I did get the healing card. So this healing card, this is telling us that, you know, we can dissolve these things that were revealed to us, like with love. Like we can come, like, for some of us, we've been mulling in this, like, oh, this is where my pain is. Oh, this is where my shadow is, or these things that Pluto revealed. But it's like, okay, now, like this energy, Pluto is moving direct. Now we don't have to hide from ourselves anymore, right? We can be open and we can be accepting, and by being open with ourselves and the love that we need, and by accepting ourselves and accepting others, we can indeed heal more easily, I think. I think so. This has been, I don't know, but this has been intense. Like this Pluto retrograde time period has been like so intense. I think that Pluto, I have come to respect Pluto so much. Yeah, like really a lot. And so I'm glad to have Pluto coming back up out of the chair. Okay, so I have 2 other cards today. The first is the Cleanse and Detoxify card. I think this is good to do during any major planetary transits, like just making sure that we're clear of stress and we're clear of toxic thoughts or toxic foods. That's my thing, right? But like this is still a good time, like Mars and Virgo, to be really good to our body, to get enough water, to detox, like use detox herbs, keep this going, right? Maybe you need to do the coffee enema. Mimi was talking about this.
Plutonic colonic. Yes.
If anybody is thinking about doing the coffee enemas, you should do it. Like, okay, I'm just saying, I'm just the poster child of that to heal everything. Okay.
Maya has a great video on coffee enemas on her channel. Which channel is it on?
The Maya stream. Listen, I have made so many videos, hundreds of videos. I reveal how to attract your highest partner in the whole of the universe and how to have true love for the rest of your life. But none of those hold a candle to the coffee enemas video, which is by far and away the most popular video I have ever made in my life. Like, so God bless. You might want to watch that. The final card that I have today for Thursday is the Peace card. This is a really beautiful card. It says, it doesn't get any better than this. A quiet mind and a heart fulfilled, freedom from want and soul satisfaction. The way to peace is through radical acceptance. Everything in your world is exactly as it should be. Harmony is beautiful. Enjoy it. We shall be radically accepting of the path that we are on and all the many blessings of the journey that we are on, and fully appreciate that. And let's see where Pluto takes us. Let's see where Pluto takes us once it gets moving here.
All right, Pluto.
Okay, where are you taking us?
Let's go. All right, so our next transit is Mercury shifting into Libra. So Mercury will be shifting into Libra also. Wait, not on Thursday. It is actually on Friday. I didn't write it down. I was like, I thought it was on Thursday. No, on Friday around 5:42 p.m. Thursday, we're going to have Mercury at that final degree, working that 29 energy. That's what I was thinking, the thought process. But Mercury into Libra. Mercury brings our mental energy, our thoughts. Libra brings balance. We're talking about yin-yang energy, but it really brings up our consciousness around the relationship of things. But the cards I have bring another aspect of Mercury in Libra, and that is the aspect of beauty. So Libra also represents, it's ruled by Venus, so it also represents beauty, all things beautiful. And that's the message that is like screaming at me from these cards. It is safe for you to be beautiful. It is safe for you to be your beautiful self. I have Peacock, and I want to write, or not write this. I don't have to write it. It's already written. I want to read this to you. The beauty of the peacock is unrivaled. It's easy to think it comes from the plumage, but the secret of the peacock is that the beauty resides within and extends outwards, indefinitely. This adept creature can assimilate or digest all experiences in life so it doesn't harbor resentment, conflict, past pain within its psyche. The peacock type is extremely rare. Not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance of the self and others. When in balance, peacock is confident and kind. Out of balance, it can't digest the situations, meaning it's holding on to some of those old things. To bring it into balance, meditation on your navel. Oh my God, I just got chills. And look at what I have. Solar plexus chakra with this. How cool is that? Meditation on the navel. And this is the message that I'm getting between these two cards, is that it is safe for you to be beautiful. It is safe to believe that you're beautiful. It is safe to know that you're beautiful. It's safe for your beauty to come out. And I feel like I'm speaking specifically to some people. It doesn't feel like just one person. Some people who are watching this who don't feel safe to be beautiful. And it's time to bring in some peacock energy with Mercury in Libra to start assimilating, to start aligning your mind with how beautiful you are. You are divinely created as you are. You made a plan to be as you are. Can you appreciate the beauty of it? And can you let the power, solar plexus energy, the power of this beauty to come forth in your life? This card, the solar plexus energy, it is safe for you to be powerful and take charge of your life in positive ways. It is safe for you to be powerful in your beauty and bring forth this energy. It is safe for you to say that you're beautiful. It is safe for you to know that you're beautiful. And so, like I said, this, there's lots of different things that Mercury and Libra can bring, the relationships and all that, but aligning your mind with your beauty, that is the major lesson that I'm getting. And look at this Osho card. Awareness. Here we are, peeling off these layers, peeling off the layers of not good enough, not worthy, ugly, and instead letting your beautiful self come be revealed. Now with this, I also have the patience card. So I believe that this may be a bit of a birthing process for you in letting yourself be revealed, in letting your peacock feathers flare out, fan out, and be seen. So don't just expect on Friday with Mercury shifting like, oh, I don't feel beautiful yet. No. This might be a good time to invest in some mirror work. Take yourself to church. Look in the mirror and be like, I love myself. Look at this. I like my eyes. I like my kindness. It's not all physical beauty, but say something nice about your physical beauty, but also go in the inner beauty. I love my kindness. I love my thoughtful heart. Spend some time doting on your inner and outer beauty. And we finish up with the possibilities card. So to me, it's like if you do this, it's going to bring some things, some longed for things. It may also bring some inspiration. Any fire cards or wand cards, it's inspiration energy. So there may be some higher level, higher self inspiration coming through when you peel through and off those layers, those blocks that you've put on yourself by not simply knowing your worth, by simply not acknowledging your inner and outer beauty. Maya?
Okay, so Mercury into Libra, this is good. This is really good for many reasons. One, though, is just Mercury out of Virgo. Like, sorry, but like, oh my gosh. There have been days like during this Mercury and Virgo time where I woke up and I thought, I must have 1,000 thoughts inside my head right now. Like, this is way too much. It's so, so Mercury into Libra, should bring some balance and harmony into our minds. And this cannot really be overstated, especially because of the mind-body connection. Like that opportunity for balance and harmony on the mental level and in our communications, that alone is enough to heal our entire life. I'm just saying, like, it really is. And I do think that this is going to be a time of healing in our relationships. And I have many good cards. Every single card I have is good, but I want to talk about the relationship cards first. So I got, first card from the Magical Unicorns, I got love from your parents, okay? This is a reminder. I am not a parent, but many people watching probably are, and they probably understand the unconditional parental love that you have that's sort of never ending. This is an opportunity for healing and for feeling the love of our parents or the love of our children, things like that. This can be a beautiful time. This can be a heart-opening time where we have a better balance between the heart and mind. But I also got here from the daily guidance deck. I got a steady progress paired with Cupid. Okay, steady progress paired with Cupid, everyone. This is really good. Like, this is saying that we're getting closer, closer, closer to our achievement of true love and our alignment here with the Cupid energy, the cherub energy for everyone. So this can, okay, Mercury to Libra though, very literally, like it can allow us to suddenly see a loved one's point of view where we couldn't before, and where there was those opposing sort of viewpoints where all of a sudden it's like, oh, I get it. Okay, like, yeah, I see that you actually were coming from a place of love. Or for the twin flames watching, it's like, oh my God, like I see how you were seeing it the whole time. Like, I'm seeing it from the other side of the mirror now. Okay, I see that you didn't mean to trigger me, or you didn't mean to make me feel bad. Like, you actually were coming from a place of love. Like, I feel that this is a really good, nice time for relationships. Now, from the Osho Zen Tarot, I got 2 good cards. I got the integration card. Guys, this one is about mystical union. Okay, and then I also got the ripeness card, and I love fruit. And so this is also a positive omen. I really, really do. But this one is saying, like, just what I was just saying, which is that it's about like finally being able to integrate the yin and the yang energy, or finally being able to integrate and bring balance and harmony to 2 things that were in opposition. And that's like seriously the best feeling in the world. For those of us that were split, that were battling with ourselves over what is true, what is right, you know, in our minds, it's like, oh, like we're coming into balance now. To me, this ripeness card is about being ready. It's like, finally, we are finally becoming ripe. Like it says, like when a fruit is really ripe, then it falls off the tree on its own. And guess what? I know this is a little bit of a tangent, but I just have to share this. Like, I went walking yesterday with Zaire, and an apple fell. I didn't even know there was an apple tree, but an apple fell not 1 centimeter in front of my face, almost killed me. Like, it almost fell right on top of my head, but it didn't. It fell right in front of me. Okay, so I don't know what that means, guys, but I'm alive. Like, ripeness, okay? I'm just saying, like, we're ready to fall finally. Like, we're ready to fall into the grace of our lives, into our beauty, into our destiny, ripeness. And this Mercury will be in Libra for a while, for like a month or so. So we're falling into alignment. I did get the change card. And it says the changes you are going through are positive. I do think for some people this week is going to be a game changer. Maybe not for everyone. But the final card that I have here is the Breathe card. Breathe. This is about like slowing down, taking time to integrate the energies. Like, this is a good, I think that Mercury in Libra is good for meditation. A lot better than Mercury in Virgo. Okay? Like, we're just breathe. We're just going to chill out, calm out our minds, clear our minds. It's going to be great for that the next month. Yay.
I do. I think this is going to be an interesting week of change. I think these lessons are like, it's going to be, it feels like it's a lot of work. Like, I think we're giving people a lot of work through all this stuff. But if you do this, I feel like it's going to be, it's powerful work. Like this stuff that, and it's not, it doesn't feel like it has to be that hard. Like, it's not going to be like every day, all day sweating, like trying to get these things done. Like, it's just these little shifts in our alignment that's going to make a big change. And that's what I have. That's what I feel with this last card. So the last card is Moon into Aquarius. The Moon is moving into Aquarius late in the evening, 9:40 p.m. Pacific time on Friday. And then, you know, Moon spends about 2.5 days in every sign. And I'm going to start with the Panther card. Really like this card. Okay, Panther. Annihilation of the unnecessary. Purging. Plutonic colonic. Coffee enemas. Okay. The Panther won't stand to see our growth or energy stagnate. Instead, it pounces into our lives and causes all kinds of havoc with the ultimate intention of bringing us towards a more fulfilling life. It is the unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes can feel devastating, but after the dust clears, it's easy to see the Panther's wisdom at work. We have all been through these experiences, and they've made us better people. Trust that the Panther's journey always leads us to a better and brighter place. When in balance, brave, productive. Out of balance, self-destructive. Notice that. To bring into balance, get rid of the unnecessary. And, you know, Moon in Aquarius Aquarius, one of the signs is, or as a sign, one of the themes is letting go. And Aquarius as a whole is so vibrational. And I feel like, again, like I said, all of this stuff this week, there's a lot of vibrational alignment, you know, things coming into play. Are you willing to show up in your purpose? Are you willing to celebrate what's going on? Are you willing to see the good in what's going on? Are you willing to see your beauty? These are all alignments that are helping you release these old things, these things that don't serve. And what I've got is the rebirth card. More cat action and lion transitioning into the innocence of your truest self. And so, like I said, to me, this moon in Aquarius is just more of this dusting off, letting go of these things. And this is a feather. Of these things, clearing these energy things that do not serve you, that do not serve you vibrationally, they do not serve you physically, they do not serve you mentally, they do not serve you spiritually, and they do not serve your soul. And so this is just the continued clearing off. Listen to your inner guidance. Listen to your inner voice to take you through this cleansing process, through this, I don't know, vibrational cleanse, the releasing of the unnecessary that's going on. What's unnecessary? You can always practice, what is it? I don't know what it's called, and I bring this up all the time, and I should know what it's called, but I don't. But it's a technique, an ancient technique, where you put something to your heart, and you just notice, how do you vibrate with this thing? Does it resonate with you? Does it resonate with your heart? Because if not, let it go. And it's the same thing with thoughts, and it's even the same thing with vibrations. Tune into your heart. Does this vibrate? Does it resonate? If not, let it go. And you know, things that are meant to be, if they need to, they will come back around. To finish up, I have the Goddess card and the Nothingness card, which is actually the Hierophant. So it's like high spiritual being and goddess energy. And this is just, to me, like, this is what you are. Is this thing that you're holding on to, is it resonating with you at this high place with the nothingness, which is the all thingness, which is the everything of the universe? Does it resonate with your goddess self? Does it resonate with your divine self? If not, shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. So, you know, continued work through this Aquarius moon. But again, this week feels so powerful if you're able to show up for yourself in these ways. And it's gonna take the work. It's gonna take the balance, but it feels very powerful. Maya?
It's powerful. Yeah, I think if we just can take a couple of moments throughout every day and just breathe and center and just ask, what do I need to do in this moment to come into alignment? That's going to be the way forward. Because there's no way to remember, I think, everything that's in this GPS or whatever, you know, but to just set that intention to be in alignment and be like, show up as your best self throughout the week. In regards to this short transit of the moon into Aquarius, I got two cards that are like a very literal interpretation of this energy to start out today, because I used the magical unicorns. And so it gave us teamwork and creative card. Creative teamwork. So that's a pretty good embodiment of the moon into Aquarius energy. This can be a good time for, like, let's say that you are like Mimi and you sometimes go to the yoga class, like the group yoga, but sometimes you don't, you know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is the time to go. Like, it's the time to go to those group activities, to get together with a group of friends. When you combine this with the Libra energy, it can really produce more harmony for working together than what we would normally have. This creativity card is saying it's a good time to be creative with other people. Or was that Mahalo again?
He was like, wow, yes, teamwork.
It's a creative weekend. And again, this, I think, for me, I think the Aquarius energy blends well with the Libra energy and that transitioning of Mercury into Libra. And the Aquarius part can bring in some real innovation if we're willing to align with that energy. So this could be, you know, this really could be like redecorating your home, or it could be like redecorating your inner world, or it could be anything like that. But combining this creative energy with that beauty energy, I think is really just a really good opportunity or way to work with these energies. From the Osho Zen Tarot, I got actually clinging to the past. And Mimi was talking about what do we need to let go of. And sometimes what we need to let go of is just replaying those stories of the past in our mind. You know, it's like that stuff happened, and once you go over things a certain amount of time, you usually learn the lessons. Like, you usually learn the lessons, and we don't have to torture ourselves by clinging on to the past. I think this can be, you know, literal and figurative. Pluto, now moving direct, Pluto likes to burn up things that we don't need anymore for us, you know, and Pluto says, no, let go of what's burdening you, let go of what's weighing you down. Look for if there are ways that you have been seeing things through an old lens and missing what's going on in front of you. Because I also got the moment to moment card. And when you blend that with clinging to the past, it's like, if you insist on replaying, like sometimes we're with somebody, we're with a loved one or something like that, and we're thinking over and over again about something they said to us in the past, you know, and we're missing like the beautiful moment that could be playing out with us, or that is playing out with us right in front of our face. So just be very present. This moment to moment, I think this is how to walk through the entire week. It's like, just be present with what is going on in that moment. Don't worry about what just happened, even if it was crazy. Like, don't worry about what's about to happen. Just be present for what is, and just have fun navigating through the journey. I did get one final card here, which was the All That Glitters card. Now, to me, this says, just be mindful of authenticity. I will say, like, Aquarius does value what's really novel, like just kind of what's different, just because it's different, just because it's new. Like, that can be like a shadow part of Aquarius. So I think this says, like, don't necessarily just go for the new relationship just because it's different, or, you know, get something just because it's unique or things like that. Like, be aware of like what shines from within, rather than what's shining on the surface. So I think that's just a little bit of a caution, but also for ourselves, like, show up authentically. Libra, all the Libra energy that's coming into play now, it can make us want to be the version of ourselves that we know the other person is going to like. But this says, no, like, we are most beautiful when we are who we really are. And if a person doesn't like you for who you really are, then they never liked you anyway, and your connection wasn't beautiful. So I think this is just a reminder to go for what shines from the inside out, and for you yourself to shine from the inside out. And yeah, if we do that, this week should be a good week. Really should. It feels, I don't even know how to describe it, but there is an energy of empowerment that's coming down. There really is. So I'm excited to see what kind of manifests for everyone in the week ahead.
I agree. I'm excited about this week. I really like our messages. I think all these messages just are like strong growth support, strong, you know, inner work, inner work and inner work coming outward. And like Maya said, very empowering. So I'm excited. Well, that is it for us for this week. I'm not sure. We haven't talked about this. I don't know if this is Maya's last week doing this, if Nikki's coming back, or if we're going to have another week kind of figuring out, because lots of people are in transitions. But if this is, I want to thank Maya profusely for doing this. It's been such a pleasure. Thank you, Maya, for joining us. And Maya and I do have plans to do monthly twin flame videos to support those of you who are on the flaming path. So this will not be the last of our co-working, but you may see her next week too. But thank you, Maya.
Thank you, Mimi. It has been a pleasure, and Mimi and I have made a lot of memories like through the past couple of months doing this. So I definitely appreciate everybody's flexibility. I know Nikki kind of disappeared, and then it's all of a sudden it was like, oh my gosh, Maya, who's this Maya? So anyway, so I really appreciate everybody who's tuned in throughout this, and I'm looking forward to having Mimi on my channel, on the Maya's Dream channel, doing monthly forecasts, really like tight, condensed forecasts for twin flames who might be busy with their calendars and things like that. So we're really excited to team up for this project. I think it's going to be really fun now and in 2018. And I also wanted to mention, I haven't had any special offers in a while, but I am teaming up with Sarah Sutherland this week to offer a twin flame work group for the month of October. So if anybody's interested in that, the details are on my website, choosefaithnotfear.com.
And I will be doing that. Okay, so that is it for us this week. Thank you so much for joining us, and I will see you next week with someone. Namaste.
Namaste. Bye, everybody.